To everyone, this is Mike Sheehan. I'm just here today to kind of do my daily chat, just 3-4 minutes on the values of life insurance, wills, trusts, things that are very important, but that many of us forget about. I thank you for joining. Again, Mike Sheehan. I sell life insurance at yourlifeinsurance411.com. What I wanted to take just a few minutes to talk to you about is term insurance. I think most people are familiar with term insurance, and this site that you see in front of you is the site that if you type in yourlifeinsurance411.com that you'll see to get a quote. And if you fill in your name, your email, and your phone number, this will go right back to me, and we can see what's going to work best for you. But some of the common questions that I get, and let me just flip over here. Some of the questions that I get in regards to life insurance is what's the best one I should buy? What's the cheapest? Okay. And it always kind of amazed me how we want to, we see value in it, but we want to purchase our life insurance kind of what I'd say on the cheap. Hey, and thank you. And if you have any comments, please let me know if you already own life insurance. Just put that in the comments, or just kind of shoot some hearts over there to the right side. Just tap the screen, and if you see this of value, if you know somebody that says, you know what, this person really needs to hear this, just share it with your followers, whether you're on an Android or an iPhone. You're either swiping up or swiping down, and just share it with your followers. So I'd appreciate that. Thank you. So, but anyways, term insurance. It is the least expensive, and as the name indicates, it's for a term. Most commonly, it's a 20-year term. Now, let me just give you a personal story. I had purchased a term policy and was starting to think that, you know what, it's probably coming close to the end. And lo and behold, and here I am, an insurance agent, but it was a 15-year term policy. So what that means is at the end of that term, which was about 2 years ago, that term was over. All right. And the insurance company did what they had to do. They provided me with the coverage over that time period. Thank you. Thank you for joining. They provided me with the coverage that if I would have passed away, my wife would have received that six-figure death benefit that I had in the policy. But now that the 15 years was up, I had a decision. The decision was either drop the policy. Now I have no coverage for my family, and I was still young, still had a family. Didn't want to leave them with nothing if something were to happen to me. Two, I could pay the increase that the policy was going to allot me to pay, which was considerable, and because it was a guaranteed increase, it was guaranteed regardless of my health. Or three, I could apply for a new policy. And fortunately for me, my health was very good, and I applied for a new policy from a new company. The price was still substantially higher than it was 15 years ago, but it was less. It was more affordable than if I took the automatic renewal from the current policy. So that's what I did, and I had taken out a 20-year policy because one of the things that we think, hey, we're going to live forever, all right, or it's not going to happen to me. But guess what? None of us get out of here alive. None of. I've not met anybody who's getting out of here alive. There is going to come the day when we are going to pass away, and on that, and unfortunately, most of us, probably 99.9% of us, don't know when that day is. So life insurance is a very affordable, easy, simple way to make sure that our families are protected in the event that we don't come home at night. We don't come home that night. Let me just leave you with a quick story. I had a gentleman, 32 years old, purchased a policy. We were going to come back and add to it later after his wedding. That day never came. 30 days after that policy was issued, he was killed in an accident at work. Obviously, the wife, who at that time was not the wife, I use the word because she was fiancée, they hadn't gotten married yet, was devastated. The policy that we purchased was a smaller policy. The larger one that we were going to purchase to protect the mortgage and to protect some income was the one that we were going to do later. Later never came. Long story, the wife, the fiance, ended up losing the home that they had just purchased because she did not have the ability to keep it. The policy was not that large. It was just a $25,000 policy. It was basically just to cover final expenses, which, hey, did anybody think it was going to be used in 30 days? Absolutely not. It was. So again, we don't know when that day is. My best advice is prepare for that day. by going to my site, and I'm going to on the screen here. You go to yourlifeinsurance401.com. You're going to see this exact page right here. You just put your name, your phone number, and your email address. Click get a quote. That's going to come back to me. We're going to have a discussion here to see what's going to work best for you. So until that time, thank you for the few minutes you spent with me today, and make it a great day. And one final thing, don't scope and drive. All right. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Do not scope and drive. Okay. We're trying to get people not to text and drive, and now I'm seeing people scoping and driving. I don't want to see your last day on a scope. So again, don't scope and drive.